Welcome back. Now let us discuss about the mountain passes in India. What is a pass? A pass is a navigable route through a mountain range or over a ridge. What is the significance of passes? Passes have played a key role in trade, war and both in people and animal migration throughout the history. So let us discuss about the passes in India. In India, where do we find passes? We find in Trans Himalayas, Aravalis, Vindhya Satpura and Western Ghats, major passes. We don't find major passes in Eastern Ghats because rivers like Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri and their tributaries, they cut these Eastern Ghats at various places. So we don't find major passes in Eastern Ghats. So now let us begin with the Himalayas. First, the state Sikkim. In Sikkim, first we find this pass. This is Nathula. Let me tell you, Nathu means listening ears and La means pass. Many passes have suffix La, so La means pass. This pass, Nathula, was an offshoot of the ancient Silk route from China to India, and this was closed in 1962. You know why? Because of the Indo-Chinese War, and it was reopened in 2006. This Nathula is one of the three trading border outposts between India and China. So trading border outposts between India and China, there are three passes. Let me write with this. So first one is Nathula. The second one is Lipu Lake. Third one is Shipkila. We will come across these two in our discussion. Now after Nathula, we find another one here. Nathula, it joins Sikkim of India and Tibet, the autonomous region in China. Then we find this one. This is Jelepla. You see La, which means pass. So Jelepla, it also joins Sikkim and Tibet. It doesn't join Bhutan here. You see, the Bhutan's border is just like this. So Jelepla, it joins Sikkim and Tibet. Then when we come to Arunachal Pradesh, we find first this one. This pass is Bomdila, and this pass is Bumla. So these passes, these are very near to this important city. This is Lhasa. This one right here. Lhasa is the capital city of Tibet. So it is very near to it. There are routes through which you can go to Lhasa from here. Next, when we come to this side of Arunachal Pradesh, we find this one. So this is Dihang Pass. Then this one is Diffu Pass. Diffu Pass is special because it is situated at the tri-junction of three countries, India, China and Myanmar, and it is open throughout the year. We have a navigable route through Diffu to Mandalay in Myanmar. Mandalay, a city in Myanmar. Then the next one is this pass is let me tell you. Yeah, what is it? Pangso. Yeah, Pangso. Okay. So Pangso Pass. Pangso Pass got its name from this village right here in Myanmar, Pangso. So these passes are situated in Arunachal Pradesh. When we come to Uttarakhand, here we find, and Pangso, it connects Arunachal Pradesh and Myanmar. We find this is Lipu Lake Pass. As you can remember, Lipu Lake is another border posts between India and China, trading border outposts. It is situated very near to the tri-junction of India, China and Nepal. It connects Uttarakhand of India and Tibet of China, and there is a navigable route through Lipu Lake to Mansarovar. The pilgrims of Mansarovar, right here, this is Mansarovar, they pass through this Lipu Lake to reach there. Lipu Lake is situated on or very near to Zaskar range. We'll look at the other passes on Zaskar range soon. Then the next one in Uttarakhand is this one. This is Mana Pass. Mana Pass. Right. Mana Pass is one of the highest motorable passes in the world, and it connects Uttarakhand and Tibet. The next one is Niti Pass. So all of these three passes are situated very near to or on the Zaskar range. They are situated in Uttarakhand. Then when we come to, now let us look at the passes based on the ranges. Based on the ranges in Trans Himalayas and Himalayas, let us look at the passes. First, we will come to the Lesser Himalayas or the Himachal. Let me ask you a question. What is the longest range in Lesser Himalayas? That is Himachal. Is it Pir Panjal? No, it is Mahabharat. Mahabharat in Nepal, but in India, the longest range in Himachal is Pir Panjal. So let's come here. In Pir Panjal, the first pass is Pir Panjal. Yes, Pir Panjal Pass. As it is situated on Pir Panjal range, it is Pir Panjal Pass. Then when we come to the next one, this is Banihal Pass. Banihal. What's so special about these two? Let me tell you. Let us suppose, as you can see here, this city right here, this is Jammu, and this city right here, this is Srinagar. We are discussing about the passes in Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory now. So let us see this. Let us assume that this is Jammu and this one right here is Srinagar. Let us say. Then from Jammu to Srinagar, there are two routes from Jammu to Srinagar. One is this way. This passes through the Pir Panjal Pass. So Pir Panjal Pass here. Or there is another route. You have to go in this way. Or there is another route. This one. So in this way. This passes through the Banihal Pass. This is not to scale, just to make you understand. But now Banihal Pass is replaced by Jawahar Tunnel. Jawahar Tunnel was built under the Banihal Pass, and now it is used for transportation from Jammu to Srinagar. Right. So next, when we come here, this one, this pass is another important one. This is Burjil, Burjilla or Burjil Pass. Yeah. Then next one, as we are discussing on the Himachal, another main pass to the east of Pir Panjal, we find this one is the famous Rohtang Pass. Rohtang Pass. So you can see few other important cities. This is Kulu, a famous hill station, and this one is Manali, the famous hill stations. Now let me show you here. Let's suppose this is Kulu and this is Manali. When you are moving from Manali to Leh in Ladakh, so from Kulu first, then Manali, and then you find here, this is Rohtang Pass. Then immediately after here, you find this here, Lahol and Spiti Valley. This is a valley, and then after this you find the Rohtang Pass. It is Baralacha Pass or Baralachala or Baralacha Pass. Then after few other passes, at last we come to Leh in Ladakh. Yeah, right here, this is Leh. So let me show you here. This is Kulu, Manali. Then here we find Rohtang Pass. Then here, this is, what is it? Lahol and Spiti Valley. Lahol and Spiti. Then here is the Baralacha Pass. This one right here. Let me. Here. Baralacha Pass. And then after this, we find, after few other passes, we find Leh in Ladakh. So this is the route from here, this way. From Manali to Leh, we have to cross Rohtang Pass and Baralacha Pass to get there. So Baralacha Pass is situated on the Zaskar range. This Rohtang Pass and Baralacha Pass are situated in Himachal Pradesh. One more pass situated in Himachal Pradesh, a major one, is this one. This is Shipkila, another border trading outpost between India and China. So let me revise. Nathula is situated in Sikkim, Lipu Lake is situated in Uttarakhand and Shipkila is situated in Himachal Pradesh. These are the three border outposts between trading border outposts between India and China. Alright, and also Shipkila, the Satluj river, tributary of Indus, enters India in Himachal Pradesh near the Shipkila or through the Shipkila. So yeah, as we are discussing the passes on Zanskar, let us go to Ladakh. Ladakh is known as the land of high passes because many passes are present in Ladakh. We are discussing only the major passes. So in Zanskar, yeah, on the Zanskar range we find this one. This pass is Zojila. Zojila. This was created by Indus River. And let me tell you one more thing. From Srinagar to Leh, it is known as National Highway 1. We find the, Zojila on this national highway. No, it's Zojila. Yeah. When we come to next one, this is Pencilla. So on Zanskar range, Pencilla. Pencilla is known as the gateway to Zanskar, its speciality. So these are the passes on Zanskar. Now let's come to the next range, which is Ladakh. In Ladakh, on Ladakh range, we find this. This is Khardungla. Khardungla is also one of the highest motorable passes in the world. You also have seen Mana Pass is also and Khardungla. These are the two. They are one of the highest motorable passes in the world. And next, after Khardungla, we find this. This is Changla. Changla is situated on the way to Pangong Tso lake. We will look at that in a couple of seconds. And then we find this pass. This is, what is it? Do you know what it is? Marshimikla or Marshimik Pass. This is situated to the northwest of Pangong Tso lake. You can find this. You can see this is the Pangong Tso lake. We have discussed it in the Lakes of India class. It is situated between India and China. So Changla to the Pangong Tso lake, we find it in between Changla. So after the Ladakh range, let's come to Karakoram. In Karakoram, we find the first one is this. This is Aghil Pass, situated in the Karakoram in Ladakh Union Territory. Then we find this. This is Karakoram Pass, as it is situated on Karakoram range, Karakoram Pass. Then very near to it, we find Khara Tagla. Then as we come to this border of Jammu and Ladakh, we find this is Lanakla. This is situated in the Aksai Chin region on the border of this. Then here, this is Imisla. It also joins Ladakh with China. So these are the passes on Trans-Himalayas and Himalayas. Now next, let's go to the other passes. First, let us look at Aravalis. In Rajasthan, we find these two. This is first one. This is Goram Ghat. This is another one. This is Haldi Ghati. These both are situated in Aravalis in Rajasthan. Then when we come to Vindhya Satpura, in Satpura we find this. This is Asirghar. So this joins the North India and the Deccan Plateau. So this is known as the gateway to Deccan or Deccan Darwaza. Then when we come to the Western Ghats, here we find in Maharashtra, we find this is Tal Ghat. Then this one is Borghat. We find these two in Maharashtra. Then when we come here, this is known as Palghat. This Palghat is situated at the intersection of Annamalai Hills and the Nilgiris, and it joins this one. This is Palakkad in Kerala and Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu. Then this one is Shenkotta, also situated in the Western Ghats. Next, let's go to Eastern Ghats, or do we? Remember, Eastern Ghats doesn't have any passes as there are cuts in it due to the rivers. Okay, thank you.